Hello, everybody. I'm Quisha,
And I'm Antonio. What's going on, y'all?
and we're the Bentons. And we're talking about mothers, single moms, mamas, and their sons, or
Mhm.
parents and their sons. But we have a video that we wanted to react to, so let's watch it.
Friends, on this Friday, Greg and Liz here with you. We're going to start with the I-Team. U.S. Marshals confiscated assault rifles and other guns from an LSU dorm as part of a case that ended with the arrest today of an LSU running back.
Police claim he was harboring two accused killers inside that dorm, and now he's facing felony charges. Our chief investigator, Chris Nakamoto, broke the story and joins us now with new reporting here at 6. Good evening, Chris.
Good evening, Liz and Greg. Freshman LSU running back JT Lindsey was arrested today on 2 felony counts of accessory after the fact to second-degree murder. He's accused of letting 2 accused killers from his hometown of Alexandria live in his on-campus apartment. Tonight, Lindsey's lawyer says his client knew nothing about the trouble those suspects were in. You're looking at exclusive video of LSU running back JT Lindsey walking into the LSU Police Department moments before turning himself in on serious felony accessory charges. Wearing a God First sweatshirt and flanked by his lawyer Chris Perrette, Lindsey didn't utter a word. But his lawyer, Chris Perrette, had plenty to say.
Yeah, this time, guys, we're cooperating with LSU PD.
Okay, sorry to stop, but
No, you good.
my husband said that the lawyer is a
lawyer.
cross between the dad from The Incredibles and Kevin Costner, and I think he's spot on. I think he's got it down pat.
That is fun.
My client maintains that he's fully innocent of all charges and no wrongdoing. We hope to get this matter straightened out pretty quick. So that's about all we have to say at this point. We'll have more information for you later.
Lindsey's biography on LSU's website describes him as a 4-star prospect who is ranked among the best at his position nationally. He's now accused of accessory after the fact, when 2 suspects wanted for a murder in Alexandria, Louisiana, were found inside his apartment at the Nicholson Gateway on Monday. That complex is on LSU's campus and is a stone's throw from Tiger Stadium and LSU's football practice facility. Those suspects, Shamel Jacobs and Keldrick Jordan, were picked up by U.S. Marshals inside Lindsey's room there. Both are accused in a murder back in May of 17-year-old Corey Brooks in Alexandria. Sources tell the WAFBI team 4 different weapons, including 2 AR-15s, a Draco pistol, and a Glock were found inside. Lindsey's lawyer says his client knew nothing about his friends being wanted for murder until they were arrested this week.
Can you talk about the charges he is facing?
Not at this time.
Do you believe this was a rush to judgment?
I'll let you figure that one out on your own. But at this point, like I said, we're cooperating fully. My client is innocent of any wrongdoing, and I think that'll be borne out very shortly.
Certainly, he's quite a standout. Can you talk about what this means to his career and the fact that he's about to be arrested?
Like I said, hopefully this will be resolved very quickly and will have no effect on him. So it's very unfortunate that we're here, but again, we're cooperating and we're going to take care of it as fast as possible. So thanks, guys.
You're saying he knew nothing about it?
Correct.
Anything you'd like to say, Mr. Lindsey?
Tonight, sources in law enforcement say Lindsey had previously told a
Oh,
friend
this
that
is the
Blair
part,
Jacobs
though.
and Jordan were both wanted for murder, and that was instrumental in the charges being brought against him. We're told Jacobs and Jordan were using Lindsey's LSU ID to access the LSU dorm. Michael Bonnet, the spokesman for LSU Athletics, would not say today if Lindsey is still an active member of the football team. LSU police transported him to Parish Prison late this afternoon, where he's been booked on those felony charges. For the WAFBI team.
Look, like this is weird. The mother, the mama is weird. Look at this.
Correct.
Anything you'd like to say, Mr. Lindsey?
Tonight, sources.
Look, I mean, I'm just like, why is she?
In law enforcement say Lindsey had previously told a friend that he was aware Jacobs and
Yeah.
Why
Very
is she?
fortunate that we're here, but again, we're cooperating and we're going to take care of it as fast as possible. So thanks, guys.
You're saying he knew nothing about it?
Correct.
Anything you'd like to say, Mr. Lindsey?
Tonight, sources in law enforcement say Lindsey had previously told a friend that he was aware Jacobs and Jordan were both wanted for murder, and that was instrumental in the charges.
That's weird. That is so weird to me. Like, you're I mean, she's just like,
Yeah.
like,
Mama can't save you now, my boy. Mama
but he
cannot
wasn't
save you.
even grasping for her. She's grasping for
Mhm.
him.
She
I don't
it's
know. Like, I just why is that so weird to me? It
well,
is.
it's his mama. Probably he was raised by mama, no daddy. I'm not saying he didn't have a daddy or father figure, but from the looks of that, it looks like he's been raised by mama, and
Yeah.
mama is looking to save him right now, but mama cannot save him. That's the thing he don't understand. Mama cannot save him. I want to
Does she understand it though?
not yet,
Because
because
the
all
way she's grabbing at him as if, come on, baby.
yeah,
Like, the boy is in college.
yeah, all she knows right now is he's free, and he's saying he didn't have anything to do with it, but according to the evidence that they have, oh yeah, you're linked to it in some kind of way, and that's why they said he was booked into the jail.
He says he did not know about the boy, about their crime.
Mhm.
Let me ask you this. So LSU, help
Yeah.
us understand like how big of a deal this is. Like, what is LSU, and or like how big of a program and all that
Well,
stuff.
first of all, I played high school football. I was highly recruited, and I was highly recruited by a lot of different colleges. Everybody growing up wanted to go D1. In LSU, I'm from Mississippi. LSU is right across the water, and LSU was a big deal. If
Mm,
you got into LSU, you were doing really good going to
yeah,
LSU. Everybody wanted to go to LSU.
right.
It's a big D1 school, nation known. Across the nation, LSU is amazing college. So just the kid getting into LSU is amazing.
Mm,
And I went back and I looked at I didn't know the kid, but I went back and I looked at it, highlights and what school he went to and everything like that. And the kid he's a really good running back.
mm.
That's the position I played as well. I played running back, and the kid he's legit. But one thing I know about LSU, and throughout the years, it's been many, many kids that went to LSU, and LSU don't play that.
Mm.
When you get in trouble, it's over. You know what I'm saying? You don't get a second chance.
Oh, really?
No, they don't play that because it's kids lined up everywhere wanting to go to school at LSU, wanting to get a scholarship. So they picked this kid, but they passed over like four of the kids just like him.
Mm,
But they decided to choose him. So
mm.
it's kids lined up wanting to go to LSU. So it's like one time, one mess up, and that's it. So this is huge.
Especially, it's like all we ask you to do is stay out of. I mean,
Mhm.
you got free food probably.
Oh yeah, they take care of you.
Free,
You're taken
right? You're
care of.
taken care of. You
Like
don't have to worry about money or food
none of
or
that. Yeah.
shelter or anything like that.
Hmm.
And so all you have to do is stay out of trouble.
Yeah. So this is huge. This is huge.
That should be
So
pretty easy.
yeah, we want to talk about you know um this mama situation. That's what we here to talk about.
So I'm just having a problem with the mama. So he has been arrested, and I think he was released on bail,
Yeah.
like $5,000 bail. And the school is trying to decide what they're going to do in the meantime. Until, I mean, because he's released, it's still a pending,
Yeah.
charge.
But I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Take my word for it. His LSU career is over with.
Mm,
I'm telling you, LSU and none of these big time schools like that. They don't play that.
mm.
So his career at LSU is over with. He might have another chance, playing Division 2 or something like that, and then work his way back up to Division 1. But off top, man, it's so many athletes out there, so many great athletes out there that get passed over that want to go to schools like LSU that don't get the opportunity. And this kid gets the opportunity,
Mm.
and unfortunately, this is what happens.
He
So
was it.
yeah, it's pretty much over for him as far as that. Trust me. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't believe that he did not know about what was going on. And I think that, in my opinion, it has a lot to do with being raised by a single parent, a
Mhm.
single mother in particular. And here is why I say that. I can hear y'all clicking on your iPhones and on the keyboards right now to come for me, but you can just stop because I said what I said, and I mean what I'm about to say. You're not going to change my mind. So no accountability. Okay, first of all, I was a single parent at one point in time, and I had daughters, but I have daughters, but when you are a single parent, you you don't have a lot of time. You work, the kids are in school, you know, you don't have a lot of time to you know, when all these extra life things happen, you deal with it the best way you can. And as a woman, when you're dealing with these things with boys, I would assume it could be a lot, it's going to be a lot different, because boys need for you to build in them responsibility and accountability. Those two things are super important. I mean, it's super important for everybody, but especially for boys, because they have to grow up to be leaders and things like that. Well, moms don't do a good job with teaching the type of responsibility and accountability that boys need.
Yeah.
Not that it's a different type, but it just gets, I think it will probably get taught a different way from a man from a man as opposed to a woman. And I don't think, matter of fact, I know women cannot put the type of responsibility and accountability that needs to, you don't understand how boys work. So it's going to be very hard for you to give that boy what he needs. Clearly, we can see just by the way she is holding how old is this boy?
17. Not 17, 18.
He's 17 or that?
18.
Oh, okay, because this is his, so okay, 18, he's a freshman. But still, as a freshman, okay, we can assume a couple things. He's driving. He probably works or, you know, something like that. Has some kind of other, you know, outside the house responsibility. He probably has a girlfriend. You know, he's 18 in growing up today. There are some things that we just know. The way she's holding his hand and grasps for his hand is like he's 6.
Listen.
It's like he is 6, and like she needs to be. We saw one commentator was like, it's like she's trying to be his girl, which I agree. It's weird. It's very weird the way she's grasping for his hand, holding his hand, walking up, holding his hand. That is not. He needs to stand on. He needs to feel the full weight. He don't even look like he is fazed by this at all. At all. Look at the way he's looking.
Chris Perrette, Lindsey didn't utter a word, but his lawyer, Chris Perrette,
looking
had
around,
plenty to say.
looking at the sun, the moon, and the stars.
LSU PD, my client maintains that he's fully innocent of all charges and no wrongdoing. We hope to get this matter straightened out pretty quick. So that's about all we have to say at this point. We'll have more information for you later.
Lindsey's biography on LSU's website describes him as a 4-star prospect.
Here at 6.
20 counts of a thing about the trouble those suspects were in.
You're looking at exclusive video of LSU running this. Wearing a God-first sweatshirt and flanked by his lawyer Chris Perrette, Lindsey didn't utter a word, but his lawyer...
It's Florida. It's where they
at? Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Baton Rouge.
He got on a hot sweatshirt. While I'm having a hot flash. He got on a hot sweatshirt in August in Louisiana. Okay. I don't know. Maybe he just got out of the car with the AC. But the mama get out. Looked like she just finished sacrificing some chickens or something. With the flip-flop. I mean, it just looks so... it looks bad. Like it looks ghetto is what it looked like. It look she up there with flip-flops, with the head wrap, dashiki, you know, she looked like she about to sprinkle some dust in front of the courtroom, you know, to try to get her baby, free her baby. You know, she grasping at his hand. It just looks like a bunch of confusion.
Yeah.
That's what he looking around. He don't know what came or when. He don't see face. He doesn't seem to understand this is a big deal.
Yeah.
You got murderers. You're harboring murderers. People who took another kid's life.
Mhm.
You harboring these people. How you know they won't even take yours since you don't even know what's going. I mean, it's just when you really start to think about it, it just I'm not trying to be extra. I'm just saying the weight of what has happened, how they're coming up. Somebody's life was gone, is gone forever, and they coming up a strolling. They coming holding hands. And this boy is probably, I mean, let's just allegedly, he is, he didn't know, but there's guns in the dorm room. There is it ain't like they've been staying there and not talking about nothing. You ain't asked them why y'all over here. You ain't asked.
Yeah.
You didn't ask, hey, yo, what y'all been up to?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't asked about the 17-year-old that you heard about that got murked.
Yeah.
You ain't say, hey, yo, y'all heard about such and such and such. Come on, this is ridiculous.
All that stuff's all that stuff's gonna come out. Here's my thing. When I first saw this video, I was surprised to see, what was happening. And the first thing that caught my eye was the mother grabbing his hand. And I'm looking at that and I'm saying to myself, what is going on here? I'm gonna tell this story right here. So first of all, I was raised by a single mom and also a single grandmother, big mama. All of us, if you stayed in a Black neighborhood, everybody has a big mama. So I was raised by a big mama. And one of the things I remember the story that had happened, my mom was trying to protected us at all costs. Anybody mess with us, we were broke, we were poor, we were a country, we were ghetto, everybody, nobody liked us, everybody wanted to fight us, everybody wanted to
but he can fight now today though. Try him not.
Look, everybody wanted to fight us, it was really bad. It was rough for us. I just remember the situation where a cousin of ours son lived in New Orleans, and he would come down to Waveland, where we live, to visit every summer. And this kid was bad. He was from New Orleans. Man, we knew he could fight. We stayed far away from. We could fight too, but we stayed far away from him. We didn't want no smoke from him. But anyway, I remember this time he was a little older than us too. And he was messing with us one time and, picking on us and everything like that. And we didn't want to fight him, anything like that. We thought about jumping him, but we didn't. But anyway, he hit me or my brother. And so, we didn't want no smoke. So we went inside to get my mom. My mom at the time, she was always drinking, just so happened that day she was drinking. She was good and feeling good, So we went inside, we get my mom. And my mom, like, ain't nobody touching my kids, so she come out there. And I remember her coming out there, me and my brother and my sister, we sitting there watching. And she goes up to him like she was trying to fight him. And, man, I'll never forget, man, that boy. I mean, he gave my mom, and it's funny now, but he gave my mom a two-piece. He gave my mom a two-piece he punched her like a two-piece in the eye. God. And immediately my mom eye swelled up. And it was huge. And I just remember looking like, and my mama, got up off the ground and we picked her up and walked inside. But, it's funny. I tell that story, because my mama, like I said, my mama, she would protect us at any cost. And she thought she was going to go out there and handle him. And we all know, man, I don't care how big of a woman you are. You're not about to be no man. A woman is not about to be the man. And he showed her that day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, when I saw this mother, grabbing her son's hand, he knowing that he's in trouble, and all she's thinking that she's about to protect her son at any cost, whether he did it or he didn't do it. She probably could have saw him commit the murder himself right there, and she probably would have been like, that's my baby. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, I understand, but what we're seeing here is clearly a sign of a young man probably growing up without a father figure in his life, and mama is there with him and trying to protect him, like like a lot of times we see black moms doing all the time. They gonna protect their kids at all costs. But man, when you have a father in your life, or a father figure in your life helping you to mold you, into a man, you learn that you gotta suffer the consequences of what's going on. A father's not gonna be so quick to protect like that. In a situation, a man is gonna want to know what's happening, know the details and logistics of what's going on before we just try to say, oh, my baby didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? A mama, a lot of time, they're gonna be like, my baby didn't do it, and they saw the baby do it. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's how moms are. That's how moms are different from men, So I think that's what we're dealing with right here in this case,
And there's, I hate that happened to mom. But it's like, what is the thing? And I'm gonna say black women because I'm black and this woman is black. But what is it with black women that makes them think that they can even go toe to toe with a man? Like, because I don't know a lot of women that would say, oh, excuse me, hold my beer, let me go handle the guy. Like my mom would not have done that. I would not have done that.
So this is the thing. What I think happened. This is what it is. Think about this. A woman know that they can cut you down with their tongue.
Yeah.
And they think you're not gonna hit them. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna give you the business with their tongue running off at the mouth and stuff like that. They really don't think they can beat you. They know they can't beat you.
Yeah.
But they can beat you with that tongue. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna talk.
That's what God gave us. We know we can't beat you. So we run our mouth. That's all we got.
But I don't think a lot of women are thinking that they're gonna beat a man. They're gonna try to beat you with their tongue and hope that you don't try to put your hands on them. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what happened. That's why a lot of black women, they think that they, gonna like I said, try to beat you with that tongue, So
man, my mom always taught us, like, you do not put your hands on a man unless you prepare to get hit back. And she used to always say it can be that unlucky lick. I can hear her saying it. It was do not put your hands on a man. If you want to put your hands on a man, you better be prepared for him to put his hands on you. And you do not want him to put his hands on you. And my mom is not a small woman. I have seen my parents, I've seen them have arguments. My mom was not she wasn't a type to, like, not say anything. She definitely was running her mouth. But I also remember my mom knew when to shut the hell up. Terry King, please.
She said that one unlucky hit. I mean, a pluck. You know what I'm saying? A pluck, like, and some women gonna just fall.
Listen, we were the other night. We were getting in the bed and the covers were like, because you make up the bed or whatever. We were just like adjusting the sheets, and he's just like, pulling the sheets or whatever, and he knocks me a little bit just with his hand or whatever. But for him, it was so light, like he didn't even realize, but that junk hurt. He was like, it was the sheet. I'm like, no, it was not. But you could just tell, obviously he didn't mean to do it, but it was such the force doesn't, compute to a man. Like, how could that hurt you? How could that have, like, I could tell on, like, by look on his face, like, are you sure that was me? Because I really, like, he didn't exert any energy. How could that because I'm not really like well, we don't really have too many things. Basically, he could tell by my face, like, oh, like that really hurt. He was like confused. Like he didn't exert it and to him, he didn't even exert that much energy. But that's the difference of strength. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think women realize in the moment, when we're running our mouth and stuff, like
that adrenaline, huh?
Yeah.
One hit. One hit and that adrenaline is disappears, But
yeah.
But yeah, that video, man, that is really, disturbing to me. Just how she's trying, holding his hand like that's her boyfriend, and it's like, and you can tell that she's been protecting him his whole life.
Yes.
That's her baby. You can tell. Because like Quisha was saying, like in the video, I mean, he's looking like he looks like a little kid.
Yeah.
Like he's like la da 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 da, like man, what's going on? Like he don't know what's going on, and I mean, you can really see it. Like she's like, oh baby, I got you. Grabbing his hand, and he's like, okay, mommy. He just scrolling down. And it's just like, man, that's scary.
You're too big for that.
Yeah, definitely too big.
You are too big, and don't let you have to go to prison. Cause baby, listen, y'all, all these women around here making these little boys soft. They so soft, and they get out here, they got all this anger, they don't know what to do with it. They around here shooting and robbing and doing all this crazy stuff. These YNs, but they're really soft on the inside. They ain't. They really not built for that kind of life. So when they go in, I think they become. How you doing? I think they become the pat.
Yeah.
Y'all know what I'm talking about, because you cannot. that like reality is going to hit you really soon. All that looking around and la da dee and la da da, it's gonna get real serious when that judge bang that gavel and say,
life in prison.
Okay. Listen, not for him, but I'm just saying. And I mean, you never know though, because if you are harboring criminals, that's a big deal. For murder?
Yeah, you're accessory to the fact. Yeah. But I mean, after the fact, yeah. But I mean, like you said, that's not, we hope the best. We want, this is a learning experience for him. We hope he learned from it.
Yeah.
We're not wishing anything bad on him. We just really wanted to point out, the mother in this video, because me and Quisha talk about this all the time. The society and our young men. I talk to. I mean, I'm a barber. I'm always talking to my clients about the men and the kids and different things like that, and just seeing that clip, just reminded me, like, what is going on with the young men today, and that's what we just saw in that video is basically what's happening throughout the world when it comes to men, young men being raised by single parents, without any fathers there, so that's basically what we wanted to point out in this video. Like, man, it's sad.
Well, everybody, let us know what you guys think about this situation. Are we tripping? Like, are we ODing on it? Is it just really not that big of a deal? Or do you think it is something that needs to change with single parents? Like single moms in particular need to go out and find a real man to, try to help mentor their children. But let us know what you guys think. And thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Peace.